Hi my dears, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would give you a little garden tour today because fall is coming. It is August and you can already see some leaves turning yellow. So I thought it's about time to show you what my garden looks like this year and what I have growing. Let's go. In spring I told you about my garden plans and one of them was to build a new arch. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's super cute, it's very whimsical. What didn't go to plan is the cup and saucer vines called cathedral bells that I've planted here. They came up, but they're not in bloom and they aren't, creating this whimsical cottagecore-y thing that I wanted, but I still really love it. The lovage is loving it, and this might be my favorite garden bed of the whole cottage garden this year. I already talked about this garden bed in the last vlog, but now I think it popped out even more. This is the Dahlia Sundat Mystery Fox. This is Nicotiana Lime Green, I think. And I just think this is a match. And there's still some zinnias coming, which are also a match, red and green. I think the variety is called Queenie Lime Green, something like that. Love it. The artichokes are looking a bit sad this year. This is the only one that's somewhat made of fruit. And there's a small one here, but the others didn't produce anything. I'm not sure why. Maybe I failed at giving them the nutrients they needed, or there wasn't enough sun. Sometimes it's as simple as that. I live in Scandinavia after all. These tomatoes are my pride and joy. These are a hardy cherry tomato called Tumbling Tom. I have two varieties, one red one and a yellow one. And I think they're absolutely delicious and cute. And maybe I can try one. So good. And they thrive in the rain. They don't really care, which is good, because I don't have a greenhouse. If you've been following me for a while, you know my ordeal with cabbages in the last few years. They never worked out. Either the cabbage fly got to it, or the caterpillars, or the slugs. And this year I really made sure this doesn't happen. I have this cover that I put on every day and every night, and this kept most of the bugs away. I also have some slug poison, which isn't poisonous for other animals, which is very important for me, but that also kept the slugs at bay somewhat. So I have a lot of black cabbage and some leafy cabbage, which I can harvest. And then I also have Savoy cabbage growing. That one is a little bit more battered because it doesn't have a cover, but so far it looks pretty good. One thing I failed at this year are my poor sweet peas. I'm not sure what happened really. They came up really well, and then as you can see only half of it really grew, and the same with these others. It's very sparse. Normally I have like tons and tons of sweet peas, so I'm actually really not sure what happened. If anyone knows anything why this may be, let me know, because it's a bit sad. There's one sweet pea patch that is a little bit better there, but it is what it is. There's a little mousy mouse. Where are you? I think she's hiding in there. It's so cute. Yeah, I do have mice and they do like to dig stuff up. One thing I haven't talked about in the vlogs, but I did talk about it in my cozy letter, so if you haven't subscribed, there's a link in the description, is my roses. I planted roses this year. These were bare root David Austin roses, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. They were so pretty in bloom, and they still develop some blooms every now and then. So this is, I think, Port of Sunlight, a really gorgeous orange one. This one is tiny now. The others were pretty big, but look at how pretty it is. And I have 4 more different varieties. They're so cute. I really love them. I never thought I would be a rose kind of girl, but here we are. I wanted to take a moment and tell you about my Culinary in Nature autumn retreat in October. It will be in the same cozy location as the Midsummer Retreat, and the booking closes in a few days, so make sure you book your spot and join me here for some cozy days in autumn. Let's talk about my pride and joy, like every year, my dahlias. I love them so much. I have so many that popped up after the winter, which was a surprise. A lot of them survived, but then I also got a few new ones, of course. I can't not do that. And one of my favorites is actually this one. This is a variety called, I don't even know what it's called actually. It's grown from seed by Magnolia nocebo. And they are this open face colorette dahlia, and it's so pretty. I love it so much, and the bees love it, and yeah, it's my joy this year. This is a new addition I really love. It's called Anne Claire. As you can see, when it is fresh, it has this almost purpley and then pastel-y pinks, and it fades into this beigey yellow, very pastel pink, and it's so pretty. Combining them in bouquets is so lovely. And it goes really well with my Cosmos apricota. That's a new addition too. I'm growing this for the first time this year. Like every year, I planned the color combos of the dahlias ahead, and I'm actually really happy how it turned out this time. These are, a little bit of dark red-ish pinky dahlias. These are more pastel-y pink. And then in the corner over there, I have a whole theme of pastels. So let's take a look at those, because those are really special dahlias. So for this pastel dahlia garden bed, I got a few varieties that were grown from Swedish cultivators. I think this is from Blackyard Gardens, and it's called Blondie or Bu Blondie. And it's so cute. It's like a very small, pale yellow dahlia. I haven't seen that kind of color before, so really happy with that one. Then I have some purple ones, like I think it's called Magandine. And this one, I don't have it one open right now, but it's called Campus Nature. And it's such a lovely colorette dahlia, a very pastel-y one. I'm really into my pastels this year, if you can't tell. I'm just gonna do some honorable mentions, what else I have growing here. There are my carrots and the thyme. These are going really well. My potatoes, I think they're ready to harvest. And then I also have some mini cucamelons growing there and some herbs everywhere. And of course my zucchini, which is already turning yellow, so I don't think it'll produce a lot more, but that's fine. We got some nice little round zucchinis from them. Earlier this year we planted asparagus, if you remember, and it popped up. Really lovely to see. And yeah, now the waiting game begins, because we can't harvest next year. We need to wait another year. And then here, my first ever sweetcorn. They're so cute, and I think they've grown quite well, considering they are pretty much in the shade for the whole morning. But yeah, there's a little corn on the cob. Excited to eat those. To the left and right used to be perennial beds. Now it's just blooms going wild, and I really want to tackle them next year. So I'm already trying to think about what to sow, so that I can have some perennials that are homegrown next year to plant here. But it's a little bit difficult. I need to think about snails, slugs. I need to think about the heavy winds that we get here. So I can't have anything that is too high that just falls over. It needs to be sturdy and of course pretty. I don't want like normal perennials. I want something fancy. You know me. For the perennial beds, I've already bought some seeds that I'm going to sow this September, and we'll see how it goes. This is a foxglove called Pink Gin. I bought this at the Chelsea Flower Show. Then we have this, which is an Anemonopsis macrophylla. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but it's really pretty. Then we have Echinacea. I love those. This one is called Magnus, and I think it's gonna fit perfectly to the house. Hopefully this works. Otherwise I will have to buy like ready-made perennials. And this, I'm not sure what it's called. It's called Baptisia australis. I really like it, so I'm gonna grow that one as well. And then of course, now's the time to sow more edible flowers. These are the viola variety. I love the one Sorbet Blueberry Sundae and Sorbet Black Delight. I think it used to be called Soya's Delight. I think they changed the name. I tried growing big tomatoes for the first time this year, and it semi-worked out well. I don't have a greenhouse, so we put it underneath the little roof here, and quite a few popped up, but then they just stopped producing. They produced flowers, but no more fruit, so I'm not sure what happened, but I will look into it. I have one called Black Crimea. This one is delicious. I love it. And this one I haven't tried yet. I think it's called a San Marzano Piccolo. So really excited. I think it's turning red already. All right, my dears, this concludes my little garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really fun to make and to see what I accomplished all this year, because last year I really struggled. As you know, I was quite sick and wasn't able to take care of the garden as much, and so it's really nice to see that my body can still handle gardening and that I'm back at it. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next weeks. Bye.